Welcome back to the League of Hustlers. Before you start your business, you have to make sure that you do this. But before we jump into it, welcome to the League of Hustlers. I'm your co-host HT,
I'm CD Barnes.
and before you start your business, you have to do this one thing. All right, this one major thing. So critical. You don't want to take a step forward in starting a business until you're sure of this one thing. CD, what's this one thing?
All right, guys, listen. The number one thing that you need to do before you go out and start a business on paper, before you go register this LLC, before you go do any of that stuff, you need to make money first. All right.
Ooh.
You need to make money first, man. Listen, business is all
But what does
about
that mean though,
what
bro?
does that mean? Listen, business is all about most people enter into business in order to be profitable, right? You're trying to make money here. You want to earn income. You want your business to be productive and prosperous. Okay. But it's good practice to validate your idea, to validate your product, validate your service before you enter into business. Registering an LLC or a corporation of any type is going to cost you money. All right. Getting a PO box, you know, getting a phone system, going out and getting an office space, doing all of this stuff costs money. And those are the things we like to do because they're great and they feel really good. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I got a business and I got these things that solidify, the physical aspects of a business. However, really what you're doing, if you do all of those things first, what you're doing is creating expenses. You're spending money, all right, which is counterproductive in regards to our goal for business, which is making money. So before you go do any of those things, the number one thing you need to do is make money. If you're offering a product, sell it. Make sure you're actually making money with this product. And once you make enough money and you can see, you can do a little bit of projection, then you take some of those profits and then you go register your LLC. You making enough money,
Right.
then you go and get your PO box, then you go and get your phones. If you're making enough money, then you go and get your office space or whatever you need, for the sake of the business. But because business is about making money, all right, you want to delay spending money. All right. And that's really it, guys. It's as simple as that. H, what's your take on that, man?
Same sentiments, bro. I've learned this years ago, right? From actually the first place that I heard this was in the 4 Hour Work Week, right? By Tim Ferriss. Masterful book, right? And it talks about creating businesses, side hustles, what have you, that only require 4 hours of work per week, right? Of course, that's where the name comes from, the 4 hour work week. But in the 4 hour work week, he talks about creating a payment gateway, all right, for customers to make a payment before you do anything, right? So as soon as you get the concept or idea that you want to do, create a payment gateway. What is a payment gateway? Basically, a page where people can put in their credit card information, right? So create a simple website and a payment gateway on there, right? And this is where it gets a little, I wouldn't say sketchy, but it gets a little, cloudy, right? Get people all the way to the point to where they've learned about your product and they're willing to make a payment. Not to say that you actually have to take a payment, but get them all the way to the point where right before that they've read everything about your product or service that you're going to do and they're ready to make a payment. Get them all the way to the point where they're willing to put their credit card information in, right? And that's how you validate an idea. You see what I'm saying? So I learned about this years ago, and it's so critical. Why? Because if you don't have cash flow, you don't have a business. You have a hobby, right? In business, it's easy, like CD said, to spend money on this, spend money on cars. If you need to drive somewhere, spend money on internet, cell phones if you need to communicate, website services, email services, this, that is so much email marketing, like advertising, Google AdWords, Facebook ads. Like it's so many things and so many people and companies out here that are willing to take your money. They want your bread.
They want the
They want it.
bread.
I get hit up probably, yeah, man, I get hit up like 5 times a day, no cap, from different companies like, hey, we can do this for you, we can do this for you, we can do this, we can do this. It's like, dude, like everybody wants your bread. You see what I'm saying? So it's easy to think that some company out here, if you give them some money, that they'll solve all your problems or one of your problems, right? But the reality is, no, you have to make money first. Get the cash flowing first, right? Get the cash flowing first, right? As it says in the 4 Hour Work Week, it talks about getting people ready to spend the cash. Once you see that a good amount of people are willing and they get all the way to the point where they're ready to give you their credit card information. Once you see that that number is high enough, again, not to say that you actually have to take it, you can just say like, hey, sorry, but we're out right now. Hey, sorry, we're on back order right now. But once you get that validation, for one, you should have a list of people who are willing to spend that money, right? And then you can go out and buy however many widgets that you need, however many products that you need. Then you can go and figure out how to execute on the service that you're promising to offer, right? But first and foremost, make sure that that business, that hustle, that side gig, whatever, is able to make money, right? And then once you see, verify that it is able to make money, start making the money first before you go out and start spending money frivolous. This is so critical. But why? Because if you don't have cash flow, you don't have a business, you got a hobby.
Right.
All right.
And you want
So,
let the business pay for itself. Right?
yeah,
Let the business pay its own
critical,
way. You know? You had something
critical,
else to
so
add on
critical,
there?
so critical. You want to be self-sustainable. You don't want to hustle backwards.
Right.
And one last thing with that, it's like, think about it. Like you don't go into business just to move money from one person to the next person. Like you take money from a customer, like, oh, thanks for the money, and then you give all that money right back to somebody else providing the service for you. You see what I'm saying? Like that kind of doesn't make sense. You want to be able to take that money and do something with it that benefits you, not necessarily that benefits someone else, like a different company, right? That you're spending money on, right? So,
Right.
um, just take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. Right?
Simple.
Make money first. Let your business pay for itself. Your business needs to be its own thriving entity. It needs to make money on its own. It's as simple as that. If you're spending money on marketing, it's because your business has made enough money to acquire a marketing budget. And you validated that this marketing strategy will bring you more customers. You may not need to market. You may not need to be on social media. You may not need to run commercials. It's what works for your
Hmm.
business. So you don't have to do everything that you see everybody else doing. All right. You don't have to go out and blow your bag trying to keep up with what everybody else is doing. Do what works for your business. If it's working, do it and repeat it, scale it, grow it. And that's business, guys. That's the nature of it. So that's it though. All right. Hit the site shop.leagueofhustlers.com, leagueofhustlers.com. If you haven't already, download the free League of Hustlers startup pack. All right. We got everything you need in this pack to get started. All right.
Quick.
Leagueofhustlers.com. If you need the gear, shop.leagueofhustlers.com. All right.
Oh yeah. All my
Mm-hmm.
friends are hustlers.
All my friends are
Pick you up one.
hustlers.
You
Hey,
got the tumblers too
that's a
with the
fresh tea, man.
LH. You see these?
That's clean. Yeah, man.
Woo.
Black on black.
Them beat mine up.
What about the hat, man?
Oh, yeah, we got the black on black LH.
Yeah, lean in.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
All right.
Check us out, man. LegalHustlers.com. Don't start a business until you're sure it can make money. All right. Until next time, folks, we'll check in. Go get it.